Happy Saturday, everyone. Iron Leprechaun coming at you. Just got done doing my first ever color run. It was a 5K, so it wasn't a long run, but my first ever color run. I'm still wearing my color shirt. There's some colors still on it, and well, that it has a little bit of what I'm going to talk about today. I I would be lying to you if I told you that I was prepared for this. I did a little bit of running the last week or two because a buddy of mine asked me if I wanted to do it with him. I said sure. I've never done one. I haven't. Running hasn't been a big part of my training regimen lately. It happens here and there, mostly sprint intervals for heart health and fat loss. But I've never gone much of a distance, maybe a mile here and there at a time post lifting. So I added some more running, but it was last minute, so it didn't help much. And I found out today. And I would also be lying to you if I told you that there was a little bit of concern around this. Man, am I gonna not make it? What's my time gonna be like? Am I gonna have to walk most of it? What's my buddy gonna think? And you know, the truth is that all that stuff doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't matter what other people think, because how I present myself and how I carry myself and how I articulate things, that matters because it's a representation of who I am, not just to this person or this group of people in particular, but as a whole. So there is a level of pride that needs to go into these things. But to let it settle in the mind and continue to worry about it and dwell on it in a negative place, that isn't going to serve me or anybody else. It's not going to help anything. It is what it is. The situation is what it is. Life presents us with things, and they are just what they are sometimes. And, we could try and prepare for it as best we can, but after that, that's all there is. We just have to let go, let God, and do it. And that's not just I'm not talking just about a run, obviously. It's metaphoric about so many other things in life. There's the girl we want to pursue. There's the job we want to get. There's the raise at a job we already have. There's so many things that we want in life or that life throws at us that we're going to have to address at some point. We can't just hide from them. We can't. I tried for years hiding behind booze and dope, from life and the things that it threw at me. But that ain't going to work. It never works. It doesn't work for anybody. It can take away some of that stress in the short term, but that's only because I'm distracting myself. And life is going to keep lifing. There's no way around it. So, if there's something I need to tackle, drawing my attention over to this thing or distracting myself with those things, it's not going to fix the life situation that's coming at me. There's no way avoiding it. So therefore, we must lean into it. We must embrace it and address it and handle this situation so that it's done and we don't have to worry about it anymore. Not only that, but it builds confidence for the next thing that comes out. The next thing coming my way, I can use this experience to draw on and be like, oh, okay, well, I didn't die. I learned some stuff, and now I'm better equipped to handle these things. And they don't have to be the same things. The fact that I change my diet and am able to stay disciplined and stay routine and achieve the goals that I want, it builds confidence in other things. I'm able to approach this employer for the raise I want with confidence and knowing that whether I get the raise or not, I'm going to be okay. And from that point, if I get the raise, cool, I achieved my objective. Put that on the list of confidence building tools in my tool belt. But if I don't get the raise, okay, I still have a job. I didn't go into an anxiety freak out and, gorge on some cookies or something. I survived. I did it. And that can be part of the tools we put in our tool belt too, so that we don't drive ourselves into this self-loathing, depressing hole. Because once we get there, more stuff's going to come at us. And you can't really handle life from that hole. It just doesn't work. Nothing gets done. And we start beating ourselves up. And that is a key component of the addictive mind. And so I know a lot about it. And you don't have to be a drug addict or an alcoholic or a porn addict or someone has a gambling issue, or you don't have to be any of these things specifically to understand what I'm talking about. We've all had to battle this to a degree. So, that's just my experience and I draw off it, but it serves other people. That's another thing. If I can outgrow the fear at the baseline of all these things, because I guarantee you, if you dig deep enough, take some time and look at yourself, all of these apprehensions come from a fear. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that having fear is a bad thing. It's natural, it's human, it's going to happen. But to allow fear to drive us to do things that won't serve me or anybody else, or to keep me from doing something that could better me, to place me in a better position to serve myself or other people, that's unhealthy. It's counterproductive, and it's just going to perpetuate the misery that we're falling into. So, it's not going to help, and you can be better. We can be better. It's all about tackling that fear, moving through it, acknowledging what it is, and realizing that it's okay to have the fear, but it's not okay to let it control us. You see a lot of that these days, especially the last few years. There's been a lot of fear-driven control, whether, on purpose or not, from other people. It happens all the time from other people. Everybody try to control somebody or something else through fear. It's been going on since the dawn of time. There's no reason to do it to yourself. So take some time. If you're in these situations, dig in, analyze what it is, make a plan, write it down if you have to. Sometimes I got to it and it helps. Write it down and then follow that up. Write down the fears, then follow that up with the plan of action, and then gain some courage and execute. That is the only way we're going to outgrow fear and do the things that we know we should do or that we want to do. You can have the life you want, but you got to do the work. Life will not hand you the life you want. Iron Leprechaun signing out.